Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to explore an interesting and often overlooked coin from Australia, the 2016 Australian 20 cents coin in very fine condition, and discover its current market value in dollars. Whether you are a beginner collector or someone already passionate about coins, this video will give you valuable insight into this beautiful piece of currency. Let's begin with the history of the Australian 20 cent coin. This coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned to decimal currency, replacing the old pound system. Since then, the 20 cent coin has remained one of the most commonly used coins in everyday transactions. The 2016 version continues this legacy, featuring the iconic platypus design on the reverse side, which has become a symbol of Australian wildlife and national identity. On the obverse, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, reflecting Australia's connection to the British monarchy. Now, when we talk about condition, the term very fine is extremely important for collectors. A 2016 Australian 20 cent coin in very fine condition means that the coin has been circulated, but still retains clear details. The platypus design is visible with moderate wear, and the overall appearance is still attractive. While it may not be in mint state, a very fine coin still holds solid value in the collector's market, especially when well preserved. Moving on to the background and composition of the coin, the Australian 20 cent coin is made from cupronickel, which is a blend of. This composition gives the coin durability and resistance to corrosion, allowing it to survive years of circulation while maintaining its structure. The coin weighs approximately and has a distinctive dodecagonal, or making it easily recognizable even by touch. Now let's talk about collector demand, which plays a major role in determining the value of any coin. The 2016 Australian 20 cent coin is not considered rare in general circulation, as millions were minted. However, demand can increase depending on condition, unique errors, or if the coin is part of a complete collection set. Collectors who focus on year-by-year sets or Australian decimal coins often look for coins like this in very fine or better condition to complete their collections. The demand is steady, and it continues to grow as more people enter the hobby of coin collecting. When it comes to the current market value, a 2016 Australian 20 cent coin in very fine condition typically holds a value close to its around 145,000 Australian dollars. Depending on the buyer and the specific condition, it can sometimes sell for slightly higher, especially in bulk lots or as part of a collection. If the coin has exceptional eye appeal or minimal wear for its grade, collectors might pay a small premium, possibly ranging from $245,000 to $275,000. It's important to understand that while this coin is not rare, its value can still increase over time as older circulated coins become harder to find in better condition. For collectors, there are always smart tips to keep in mind. Always store your coins properly in protective holders or albums to prevent further wear. Avoid cleaning coins, as cleaning can actually reduce their value significantly. To try to collect coins in the best condition you can afford, and always keep an eye out for any unusual features or minting errors, as these can dramatically increase a coin's worth. Building knowledge about coins and staying updated with market trends will also help you make better collecting decisions. As we come to the conclusion, the 2016 Australian 20 cent coin in very fine condition may not be rare or extremely valuable today, but it still holds importance as part of Australia's rich numismatic history. It represents a stable and widely recognized piece of currency that continues to attract collectors around the world. With patience, proper care, and growing interest in coin collecting, even simple coins like this can become more desirable over time. So, if you have this coin in your collection, keep it safe. You never know how its value might grow in the future. And if you're just starting your collecting journey, this coin is a great and affordable piece to begin with. Next up, today we are going to explore a very interesting and often overlooked coin from Australia, the 20 cents coin from the year 2020, especially in a rust brown, old fine condition. At first glance, this coin may look ordinary, even slightly worn or discolored. But when we take a closer look, it tells a fascinating story about history, design, and collector value in today's market. The Australian 20 cents coin has a long and proud history that dates back to 1966, when Australia introduced decimal currency. Since then, this coin has remained one of the most recognizable pieces of everyday money in the country. The 2020 version continues this legacy, featuring the elegant portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on one side, designed by Jody Clark, while the reverse side proudly displays the iconic platypus, a unique native animal that symbolizes Australia's wildlife and natural heritage. Coins like these are produced by the Royal Australian Mint, which is known for maintaining high standards in coin production. Now, when we talk about a rust-brown old fine-condition coin, it means the coin has been in circulation and has developed a natural toning or oxidation over time. This brownish tone is not necessarily damage. In fact, many collectors appreciate this aged appearance because it gives the coin character and authenticity. An old fine condition indicates that the coin still has visible details, though it may show signs of wear such as light scratches, dullness, or slight fading in design elements. This condition places it somewhere between heavily circulated coins and higher-grade collectible pieces. Looking at the composition, the Australian 20-cent coin is made from a copper-nickel alloy, which consists of. This composition gives the coin durability and resistance to corrosion, although over time and under certain environmental conditions, some coins may develop that brownish, rust-like appearance. The coin has a distinctive round shape with a slightly milled edge, and it weighs approximately 11.31 grams, with a diameter of its solid feel and size, make it one of the more substantial coins in everyday Australian currency. When it comes to collector demand, coins like the 2020 Australian 20 cents piece in old fine condition occupy an interesting space. They are not extremely rare, since millions were minted, but they still attract attention from beginner collectors and hobbyists who enjoy collecting modern coins with unique wear patterns or toning. Some collectors specifically look for coins with unusual colors or aging effects, such as rust-brown tones, because each coin becomes visually unique. While high-grade uncirculated coins usually fetch higher prices, circulated coins like this can still have value, especially if they have an appealing appearance or are part of a larger collection set. Now let's talk about the current market value. In general, a standard 2020 Australian 20 cents coin in old fine condition typically holds a value close to its, which is 130,000 Australian dollars. Depending on the level of wear, the uniqueness of the toning, and the interest of collectors, such a coin could sell for around 150,000 to 175,000 Australian dollar. In some rare cases, if the coin has particularly attractive toning or is included in a curated collection, it might fetch slightly more. It is important to understand that condition and visual appeal play a big role in determining the price of modern coins like this. For collectors, there are always smart ways to approach coins like the 2020 Australian 20 cents. It is a good idea to store coins in a dry and safe environment to prevent further corrosion or damage. Using coin holders or albums can help preserve their condition over time. It is also helpful to learn how to grade coins properly so you can better understand their value and potential. Patience is key in coin collecting, as even small and common coins can gain interest over time, especially if they are well praised and part of a complete series. As we come to the conclusion, the Australian 20 cents 2020 Rust Brown old fine condition coin may not be extremely rare or highly valuable today, but it carries a story that reflects everyday use, history, and the journey of currency through time. For collectors, it represents an opportunity to appreciate the beauty of circulated coins and to build a meaningful collection step by step. Every coin, no matter how small, has its own place in the world of numismatics, and sometimes the most ordinary pieces can bring the most satisfaction. Next up, today, we are going to explore the true value of the Australia 20 cents, 1967 coin in very fine condition, and why collectors around the world are still interested in it. Let's begin with the history of this beautiful coin. The 20-cent coin was first introduced in Australia in 1966, right after the country transitioned from the old pound system to the decimal currency system. The 1967 coin is part of the early issues of this new system, which makes it historically significant. On one side of the coin, you will find the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machine, representing Australia's connection to the British monarchy. On the reverse side, the coin features the iconic platypus design, created by Stuart Devlin, which symbolizes Australia's unique wildlife and identity. Now, when we talk about the condition of a coin, it plays a huge role in determining its value. A 1967 Australian 20-cent coin in very fine condition means that the coin has been circulated, but still retains clear details. The platypus design remains visible with moderate wear, and the Queen's portrait is still sharp enough to appreciate its features. There may be light scratches and signs of use, but overall, the coin maintains a pleasing appearance that collectors find attractive. Moving on to the background and composition, the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin is made of cupronickel, which is a blend of this composition gives the coin its durability and silver-like appearance. The coin weighs and has a distinctive round shape with a smooth edge. Unlike some coins that have reeded edges, this one stands out with its clean, simple finish, making it easy to recognize even today. Collector demand for this coin is steady and quite interesting. While the 1967 Australian 20-cent coin is not considered extremely rare, it still holds value due to its age and its place in Australia's decimal currency history. Many collectors look for early-year coins like this to complete their sets. Beginners often choose this coin because it is affordable, while experienced collectors appreciate it for its historical importance. Coins in very fine condition are especially desirable because they strike a balance between affordability and visual appeal. Now let's talk about the most exciting part, which is the current market value. As of today, a 1967 Australia 20-cent coin in very fine condition typically ranges between around $275,000 to $345,000, depending on the exact condition, shine, and collector interest. If the coin is closer to extremely fine or has exceptional eye appeal, it can sometimes fetch a slightly higher price. However, most standard very fine examples stay within this modest but respectable value range. For those who are interested in collecting coins, there are some helpful tips to keep in mind. Always examine the coin carefully under good lighting to check for details and wear. Avoid cleaning your coins, as cleaning can reduce their value significantly. Store your coins in protective holders or albums to prevent damage over time. It is also a good idea to learn about grading standards so you can better understand what makes a coin more valuable. Patience is key in coin collecting, as value often grows slowly over time. In conclusion, the Australia 20 cents 1967 coin in very fine condition may not be extremely rare, but it carries historical significance, attractive design, and steady collector demand. Its value in today's market reflects both its accessibility and its importance as part of Australia's early decimal coinage. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced collector, this coin is a wonderful addition to any collection and a reminder that even small coins can hold meaningful stories. Next up, today, we are going to explore this coin in detail, looking at its history, condition, composition, collector demand, and its current market value in dollars. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of whether this coin is just spare change or something worth holding on to. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Australian 20-cent coin was first introduced in 1966 when Australia transitioned to decimal currency. The design has remained consistent over the decades, featuring the iconic platypus on the reverse side, which represents one of Australia's most unique native animals. The obverse side traditionally displays the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, symbolizing Australia's connection to the British monarchy. By 2002, the coin was already a well-established part of everyday transactions, widely circulated across the country. Now, focusing on the 2002 version specifically, this coin was minted in large numbers, which means it is not considered rare in general circulation. However, the condition of the coin plays a very important role in determining its value. A coin described as very fine condition usually shows moderate wear, but still retains clear details. The platypus design remains visible, and the major features are not completely worn down. While it may not have the sharp brilliance of an uncirculated coin, a very fine example still holds solid appeal for collectors who appreciate well-preserved circulated coins. Moving on to the background and composition of the coin, the Australian 20-cent coin is made from cupronickel, which is a mixture of copper and nickel. This composition gives the coin its silver-like appearance and durability. The coin weighs and has a distinctive shape with a smooth edge, making it easily recognizable. Its size and weight have remained consistent over the years, contributing to its reliability in everyday use, as well as its familiarity among collectors. Now let's talk about collector demand. While the 2002 Australian 20-cent coin is not classified as rare, it still holds steady interest among beginner collectors and those building complete date sets of Australian coins. Many collectors enjoy gathering coins from each year, and having a 2002 coin in very fine condition helps complete that timeline. Additionally, collectors in Australia and around the world often appreciate coins featuring native wildlife, and the platypus design continues to attract attention because of its uniqueness. Coming to the most important question, what is the current market value of this coin today? In very fine condition, the Australia 20 cents 2002 coin typically holds a modest value. In most cases, it is worth around $45,000 to $75,000, depending on the exact condition, shine, and overall eye appeal. If the coin has better preservation or slightly higher grade features, it may reach the upper end of that range. However, since it was minted in large quantities, it usually does not command a high premium unless found in exceptional condition or part of a special collection. For collectors, there are always smart ways to approach coins like this. It is important to store your coins properly to maintain their condition over time. Keeping them in coin holders or albums can protect them from scratches and environmental damage. Avoid cleaning the coin, as cleaning can actually reduce its value significantly. It's also a good idea to learn grading standards so you can better judge the condition of your coins and understand their true worth in the market. As we come to the conclusion, the Australia 20 cents 2002 coin in very fine condition may not be a rare treasure, but it still carries historical significance and collector value. It represents a piece of Australia's currency system and showcases a design that has become iconic over the years. For collectors, especially beginners, it is a meaningful addition to a collection and a great starting point for exploring the world of coin collecting. So next time you come across a 2002 Australian 20-cent coin, take a closer look. What might seem like ordinary change could actually be a small but valuable piece of history. And remember, every coin tells a story, and sometimes, even the most common ones can be worth more than you expect.